Hey everyone, welcome to the Anime Throne. I'm your host, the one and only King freaking Kansas, here to bring you another anime film review your way, guys. In this particular case, it's a recent movie that came out on Netflix. It's a 2026 release. I hope I get this title right because I always mess it up. Cosmic Princess Kayuga, or Kaguya. Depends on how you Kayuga. It's the way you pronounce it. The king, he's bad with pronunciations or whatever. All I know, it's anime, it's Japanese. It's about 2 hours and I want to say 10 minutes long, even though it lists for like 2 hours and 23 minutes. It's not really that long because there's the not post credits scene, but the credits and stuff like that roll. Came out on the 22nd of this month. So, anyways, guys. If I had to sum this thing up to you guys so you guys are not completely lost like how I was, it's basically a 17-year-old girl who's trying to live her own life, doesn't talk to her mother, moved into the city, lives by herself. She's trying to balance school and a part-time job, and then suddenly this thing hits the earth where she lives, in particular spot, I think it's in Tokyo, hits a telephone pole, and then it opens up and a little baby pops out that she kind of like decides, it's a good thing. Let's take her home and see what happens. So they end up taking her. She ends up taking her home. And then within, it seems like days, this little baby starts to grow. Kind of pulls like a Superman there, Kal-El there, and grows up into a teenager, which she kind of is stuck with and has to raise and have these little crazy adventures back and forth. She doesn't know who she is, but she knows her name. She has at first gray hair, and then for some way, somehow, they kind of like transport to another dimension. It's the best way I can describe it to you guys. And there she is, some sort of like kind of, I guess, a streamer who wants to be popular and wants to sing and all this stuff. And of course, the Iroha, the main character who found her, the 17-year-old girl, she was a singer, but she kind of abandoned that because her mother had a little bit of that, kind of like putting her down and shit, so she didn't want to do any of that stuff. And she kind of like slowly makes these songs for this new streamer, rock star, singer, wannabe there. They kind of like bash everything together. Kind of remind me of Gem and the Holograms. If you guys grew up during the 80s like the King, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It kind of gave me a little bit of that vibe mixed with the modern stuff, with the streaming and, views and all this stuff, but they do it in a unique way that it kind of meshes in well together. And of course she wants her to help her with her studies. It looks like at one point she was getting sick because she was working herself too much and not sleeping, helping this rambunctious girl who's the princess, which we find out later on that's who she is, trying to get a career and to be the number one person. And as things go on, things start to unravel. You got different characters who get involved. You have the main character's brother. He's also a gamer. She's a gamer as well. This is how it kind of melds gaming, streaming, and music all into one, which they do pretty good. So that kind of gets into the way. They have a big battle, which was pretty cool, where they were going against each other. And that's where you learn that that's your brother kind of thing. And the princess, you get more of her details and who she is. She's from the moon, and they're coming back together after a while, so they want to go into the other world. She wants to protect her. Things like that. I'm throwing a whole bunch of stuff your way, guys, and that's how it was pretty much. The first hour and a little bit felt that it wasn't necessary to go through that long process to get to where things are going to really heat up and go bananas pretty much. You got the main person who was in charge of that other world who wants to sing with them. And then you find out, plot twist, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen this, go watch it, that it's really her incarnated and kind of grown up kind of thing. And you kind of learn this through like a post-credit scene that she ends up leaving her. She doesn't want her to go and all that stuff. And you find out she was stuck on this planet. She was suffering. She wanted to get back to her, blah, blah, blah. And then it goes 10 years later is when it picks up, and she kind of like trying to find some sort of cure because she looks like she might be in a seed. And I'm telling you guys, it's a lot of wacky stuff that I'm throwing your way, but I'll be posting pictures throughout this video that you can kind of get glimpses of it. The animation, top notch, guys. This movie, guys, if I had to classify it anything, is more geared towards women and girls than it is to somebody my age and demographics. And I guess to the kids that are growing up now, you can kind of see how that has that, I guess, touch or a little, asterisk that it's for now rather than a little bit in the past kind of thing. New technology, new things that are going, new trends, new everything. The talking, the style, whatever. The animation, like I said, it's good. I liked it. I didn't love it personally. I'm not saying it's bad. Would I recommend you guys checking it out? Hell yeah. Check it out for yourselves. Come back in the comment section. Leave your thoughts, guys, because at some point, like I said, me personally, I think this was about half an hour too long. If this was like an hour and a half, I think you could have explained everything without stretching it, and then it kind of had its little lulls and all this stuff, because whatever they did jam-packed, great. The voice actors brought it, Japanese and the American cast, I guess the dubs that came over and did their work. But interesting story. Like I said, Gem and the Holograms with some gaming stuff, some streaming stuff, and a whole bunch of rock stars and singing and all that. Fight scenes were pretty cool. Nothing over the top. It's a spectacle, I can tell you right now. It knocked it out of the park. But not my favorite from the ones that I've watched, but I do like it. I don't love it. So there you go, guys. That's my official Cosmic Princess Kaguya, or Kaguya, I can't even pronounce it, movie review. Go check it out for yourselves. Come back in the comment section. Check out our other videos. And guys, don't forget, today's a special day. Normally moving forward, starting next week in February, every Tuesday, you'll see a video from me, whether it's a review for a film or a TV series. I don't know. And if I do need an extra day to drop another video, it'll probably be on a Saturday moving forward. So remember, official days for content, new content on this YouTube channel will be Tuesdays. And of course, the Movie Throne will be Fridays when we do the podcast. But that's today as well. Later today, go check out the Movie Throne. There'll be a cool, relaxed podcast session from the King, which is me. So until then, be the hell good. Like, share, and subscribe. Stay off the King's throne. And I'll see you guys where? Right here on the Anime Throne.